So if someone were to tell me last year, hey, Natalie, next year, this time, you're going to be right in the middle of a global pandemic that's going to impact your life personally and professionally forever. And on top of that, there's going to be a significant conversation happening that's going to be focused on equality and racism that could potentially change everything. I don't think I would have believed them. What I'm going to share with you today is how to create resilient teams. In addition to that, I'm going to be talking about a couple other strategies around how you can create resiliency individually in your life. So you can take on those big storms in your life, you can maintain and keep up with the demand, and also maintain good health and balance in your life. In one word, if you could describe how that stress makes you feel, what would that word be? And so I'm going to invite Chris and Shelly back up again, and they too are thinking about this big stressor that they have in their life. And I'm going to ask both of you in one word, if you can describe how that stressor makes you feel. Chris, what's your word?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Mine is out of control.
So a couple words in there. So overwhelmed and out of control. Thank you. You guys can go sit back down. And I'm going to use a strategy that I know of, which is called cognitive reframing. Now, cognitive reframing literally means I'm going to look at a situation or a circumstance, and I'm going to frame it in a different way so that it impacts me and my mindset in a more positive way. 99.9% of the time, I get responses like Chris and Shelly had. I feel out of control. I feel overwhelmed. I did this activity with a group I had a couple days ago, and one person said, I feel abandoned. I feel not prepared. And so there's a theme there of negativity. And here's the thing. When the theme or the story in our head is negative, that directly impacts our behavior. First activity, at your table, I want you to face all the people at your table. So turn around and face everyone at your table. Some of you have smaller tables than others. Here's what we're doing. On the count of 3, I want you to point to someone at your table. 1, 2, 3. Everyone can sit down except the table leader. Let's see how you respond. How many of you had a physical response to that? So maybe your heart rate went up a little bit, like, I don't want to stare in the eyes of this person, or maybe you got a little bit anxious about that. I saw a physical response because many of you were doing this, and some people's hands were shaking, and they were, moving around. So there was a physical response there. How many of you had an emotional response, meaning you're kind of irritated that you got to do this? Right? How many of you saw when you get to stare into their eyes, you get excited? But let's next focus on the solution. And the solution is stress. It is stress that is strategically balanced with recovery. We believe that stress provides an opportunity for growth. And maybe you don't think that. Maybe stress kind of has this negative connotation to you. I'm going to keep you guys moving here a little bit. If any of you feel like your professional performance demands have increased in the last year, stand up for me. So think about your professional life, your work. Have demands increased in the last year? Absolutely, right? So remain standing, because some of you are still sitting. Now think about your personal life. Think about the demands that take place in your personal life. If the demands in your personal life have also increased over the last year or two, remain standing, or you can go ahead and stand up. And so as you can see, I think we have just about everyone in the room standing. The demands in our life continue to increase. Let me ask you one more question, though. For those of you that received a performance evaluation in the last year or so, did your boss say to you, man, you did such a good job, you met all performance expectations, you even went and exceeded higher than what we expected, so next year, take it easy. Just take it easy, right? Did anyone say that? Not a one of you. Because what do they say instead?
do more. That's the baseline for next year now. You are expected to do more. You guys can sit down. It's very different. If you were working, even 25 years ago, you guys worked like 9 to 5, 8 to 4. When you got done with work at 5, there was a very clean line. There was a clean break between work is over and now I start my personal life. Back then, you would leave work and nobody could find you. And so let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that your emotions can change from another strategy called music? Can music change your emotion? Do you have that one song that's your jam? Hear that song, my emotions change immediately. So I want to give, first of all, let me mention, this is the first time in my life I've been able to show up to work in a tube top and bell bottoms, and it's totally appropriate. But I want to give some props to my 70s people out there. So where's Justin? Stand up, Justin. Let's give Justin a hand. Dr. Rob Stern. Where's Dr. Stern? There he is. He's back. Stay standing, please. And then we got Sharon and Deb. Please stand up. Stay standing. And so here, we're talking about music. We're talking about movement. We're talking about dancing. This is an all-participation activity. Everyone up. Everyone stand up. If you have jackets on, take them off. Unless you don't have anything underneath. What I meant was, if you're a male with a blazer on, take it off. Because all of you should be dancing. I'm coming down. I need to see all of you. We need volume on the music. Volume. So then we have another group that we brought in, and this was a group from the military. This is a hostage rescue team. We bring them in, and we do the exact same thing. When we say to the hostage rescue team, we have a mission for you, they get excited. They stand up taller, they turn towards Dr. Lair, and they say, tell us about our mission. He goes through the same story. We got water moccasins, they say, yes. We have alligators, awesome. We have wild boars, and they say, can we bring our guns? And he says, no, you can't bring your guns, but beware, you must complete the mission. So we have the same thing. Psychologist is in the bush, ready, set, go. The military start running. Our psychologist has the video camera, makes the sound of a wild boar, but here's what the military do. They stop, they assess, they turn in the direction of the noise, and they begin approaching. And as they get closer, our psychologist jumps out of the bush and says, wait, it's just me. So they point, and they laugh, and they continue on. They touch the white fence, and they complete their mission.